Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some new ships to go over from the Star Trek Online YouTube channel. So, on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains who can share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Captains, we have these new ships to go over, but also, we're going to also go over the Star Trek Twitter feeds, as they do have a patch note here that we're going to also take a look at after this. So what we're going to do, of course, is drop our two ECs and at the end give our conclusion. So we're a little late on this. I'm not sure if this is going to be releasing the day of and or the morning after, but regardless, the 10 forward stream happened earlier as the recording of this video, and two new ships were revealed. And here is the first one. Now, I'll admit I'm not familiar with this. I had to use some Google images to kind of help me out, but I also did listen to some of the stream there. But this is apparently from the comics that is currently featuring Cisco and Worf, and this is the main ship, and I'm super surprised that that is making it into Star Trek Online. This is absolutely amazing. This could actually open up some things here for us, because I say that when the Kelvin timeline comics were out, that they had some sort of Kelvin looking futuristic ships there, that it would be nice to have those. So this could be a thing, and of course it's always going to be dependent on if Cryptic thinks it's worth their time. Of course, that time meaning worth the money that they will receive. Now, personally, I will give my straight up honest opinion on this ship. I'm not really liking it so much. I think the nacelles are cool, but it was really kind of cool listening to the actual writers be excited seeing their ship in motion, because it's different in the comics. And we're just going to quickly actually have a look at some of the pictures here in the comics from the Googles. So we'll go here. I do have their stream up here, but I went to go Google Theseus, and this is some of the images that came out. And this, I remember this image right here. I saw that on Twitter, and I was wondering what that was, and well, it's that ship. Now, it almost reminds me of a sort of mix of Oberth, from this angle, Oberth, and also an Excelsior almost looking secondary hull there, deflector, and you have this wing coming off the saucer with the nacelles and a very long secondary hull. So this is where they kind of got her. And I say this because in terms of its looks, it's okay. It's not nothing that I would really go for 100%, to be honest, but this could open some doors. Like I said, Caps, this could really open some doors for more ships to come to Star Trek Online, which we all know and love. So we'll go back here to the stream, and we're gonna go over the images that we captured here, because we just want to go over it more in a little bit more detail. Again, we're gonna go over the blogs, of course, when they release of these ships, but this is our just initial reaction to this vid, or the release of these ships in this vid, I should say. So we took some angles of her, and yeah, she's looking, like I said, a mix of that. You kind of almost see a Sovereign-esque type saucer there, but that one angle when I said Oberth, it just looks like a very round saucer. But again, kind of a different configuration, and it's appreciated. And they actually pulled the Odyssey stream, and they were talking about the material, how close it was actually, because they wanted to make sure that the ship was bright, and they were explaining how an experimental ship this was. So I liked how passionate they were, and regardless of, I'm not going to get the ship, I don't think. It's nice to have in game, because like I said, it could lead to other things. So there's some more images there, but we're going to go over the actual thing. So it's the Theseus Miracle Worker Destroyer. So you can see the layout. There's a 5.2 with experimental weapon, and they were taking some inspiration from the comics, and it really sounded kind of cool. So the trait there, the ship of Theseus. So there is that. Again, we're going to go over this when the official blog comes out, but initial thoughts on this, nothing that I'd probably get. The console there is the sort of brancher crystal fragments. You can see some extra beam damage there. And then the experimental weapon there is a solar photonic projector. Again, we'll go over this later line. There is the seating of it. It is a full temporal ship actually there. Or miracle worker, I should say. Or was it miracle worker? I thought it said miracle worker. Miracle worker, destroyer, yeah. Sorry, those icons look different there. They look like temporal for some reason to me. But regardless, that is the seating there. You can see a lieutenant and then a commander, tactical miracle worker, lieutenant commander, engineering there, and of course just an ensign engineering, and then a lieutenant commander universal there, and they just plugged in the psi there. I believe that's universal. If not the psi, then probably psi. But again, we'll go over that. This is a very flexible layout. Obviously, it's more tactical heavy. Love those. Makes it more easy. But so that's that. And now we have this. This is the summer event ship. That is crazy. This ship is from Lower Decks, and it's from the Hysperians, and it's a ship that we're gonna get for free. So much appreciated that we're gonna get this. I believe. I could be wrong. I was listening to this portion. I just heard them just geeking out that they were able to get the ship in game. But I think this is the episode where Billups going back to his family. We're going back to the ship there, and that's the ship we saw. And then there's some images here that Hector shared there. It looked pretty cool, or one of the devs, I believe. Take inspiration there, the top and bottom shots there of the ship. And then Ambassador Kale put an image from the actual show here, and they did a pretty good job. You're never going to get 100% translation into Star Trek Online, but I'd say that's pretty darn cool. And there's kind of a dragon theme in this, and it's really awesome, and it sounds like that's kind of the whole theme of the summer event. So again, this is a pretty cool ship that we're going to get for free, and we're going to have fun with this. Definitely going to look forward to getting the ship. It's a 5-3 configuration, as you can see there, Caps. And they kind of renamed some of the Starship Masteries there, which was kind of funny there. And again, I don't know how to say those stuff about scales, claws of the dragon, protective runes, draconic vigor, and then the trait there 5 magics. Now it does actually come with a beam. It'll come with a standard set, I believe is what Jonathan said. Ray of Disintegration. It's a disruptor damage. So again, we're going to be all set for theme because it's going to come with a set of those, if I didn't misunderstand it correctly. But again, we're going to have the blog to go over to let us know there. The console there is Dragon's Blood Flame Reactor. This is awesome. We are definitely going to have a look at that in a minute. We're going to go over the video. Actually, we're going to go both with the experimental weapon from the Theseus and then the Dragon's Blood there. But you can see there is the actual stations, but it is the Hysperian Intel Battlecruiser. And we get their Lieutenant Commander, I believe that's in the Universal, a Lieutenant Commander Tactical, a Commander Engineering, that could be Psi or whatever, but again, we'll go over this when we get them out there. Interesting, we can have fun with this. We definitely can have fun with this. This is going to be something we can definitely make a theme out of. And there is a shot of the that's the Dragon's Breath. Now we're gonna go actually look at this before we get into that pick, because again, it's a whole theme that they're going for here. But we're gonna go quickly here to the video and show off a couple of things here. So first, the experimental weapon of this ship in motion here is pretty cool. We're gonna see the phasers kind of go off here. Experimental weapon, I should say, and it's kind of like almost like a spiraling type animation, which I thought was pretty cool. Again, it looks okay. You can tell it's Federation, and there it was, the first thing that fired there. It's not those missiles that he's firing, but you see it here again. There you go. Kind of a brighter type, and it looks like phaser damage. So That's pretty cool there. You have that. And then we're going to go over here where Jonathan absolutely. So there is the actual sort of splash screen that we're going to have. And the theme was actually taken from not only Lower Decks, but also Strange New Worlds. So if we remember that episode where it was like kind of a from the book, that was pretty awesome there. And that is what we're going to be have going on here as the summer events. Again, more information will come out. We're going to definitely go over that. So there it is. There it is in action, and that is absolutely insane. I mean, for what it is, it's not a bad looking ship. I really thought we were gonna get like Tin Man or something, just because based on last year's summer event ship was the Nigerian Defender. But we're getting this, and I'm absolutely happy about it. There's Breath of the Dragon. There, it's gonna go. We're gonna see it just spin. Okay, that's pretty cool. We have to admit, that's 100% cool, and we cannot wait to get that. That is absolutely awesome. So that's something we're looking forward to getting. We'll close that off, go back here to the images, because the theme continue on to the ground actually, where we actually get the sword that Ortegas used in that episode, and we get Nevy's Icy Wrath as a kit module, I believe. And then we get a 3-piece set. So we see the Elysian Spell Sword, the Elysian Ring of Reflection, the Universal Kit Module, Nevy's Icy Wrath, and we get some bonuses there, set rewards there. So I think that's pretty cool that we're gonna get that. So, you know, it's something to look forward to. I think this is one of the summer events that is pretty exciting, because we're getting Star Trek actually that we've seen on screen leaking into events and stuff that we can get essentially for free. So that is even better. So I knew that if that ship actually came into game, I wouldn't have gotten it. The Dragon, the Elysian Battlecruiser. But now that the event ship, 100% we're gonna get that. Again, captains, when these blogs for these two ships come out, and that Theseus ship, it is a lockbox, Infinity lockbox ship. So that is something to keep in mind, unfortunately. But it is what it is. But we can get a free Hysperian Intel Battlecruiser for the summer, and some Strange New Worlds from the ground theme going. So that is going to be absolutely fun, and it's going to be a blast. So there it is, captains, our initial thoughts on the new ships coming to Star Trek Online. Are we excited? Definitely for the summer ship. For this one, I'm happy that it's in game, because again, like I said earlier, it can actually open up some opportunities for other comic ships to come to Star Trek Online, even if it's like a reskin of, let's say, the mirror skin of the Stargazer that we see in the comic, because that would be pretty cool. So captains, that's the video. Do us a favor, hit that like button, comment below, let us know what your initial thoughts on these two ships are, on also the ground set from Strange New Worlds that we're going to be getting, and also let us know if you're excited for the summer event that we'll be getting this year. Definitely I am. Now with that said, of course, subscribe to the YouTube Bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.